Hi, I'm Shadi.
Big Kenny, ATL's finest.
We've just enjoyed a fantastic show, so how did you find the audience, the UK audience?
One of the most energetic, one of the most receptive, best audiences I've ever seen. And I travel all around the world doing comedy, and this is by far one of the best. I enjoyed myself.
So how do you think the UK audience differs from the American audience?
Actually, I was very surprised at how much the audiences are alike. You know, the material that I did here is the same material that I do in the States, and they were receptive to all of it. It's, you know, that's, I guess, part of the global community. Everybody seems to be understanding everything else, so it was really wonderful.
So do you think that part of that comes from a strong American influence in terms of music, film and comedy as well? Do you think that's part of the reason why?
I think the American influence is important, but you'd be surprised at how much the culture here influences us there, and it's sort of almost a sharing of culture. And so coming here wasn't that different from actually being in the States. There are some differences, you know, terminology and certain references that we make that they may not be familiar with, but on the whole, very receptive and excellent. I think that it would be hard to tell if I did not know that I was in England. I would probably assume that this were America.
And so do you find that you have to change your material much as you travel to different countries, depending on it?
It depends. I generally try and, when I do my comedy, I come from the human experience. It's usually not demographic or certain race or certain gender. I just try and make it humanly funny. So if it's funny in the UK, it'll be funny. I mean, because they are humans here, so wherever humans are, I figure it'll be funny. Yeah.
Okay. So how long have you been funny?
I've been, let me see. Well, actually, people told me I was funny all my life. That's why I actually got into comedy, because I wanted to work for myself.
Okay.
And this was the cheapest business to go into. Yeah, they said I was funny, so I took a shot. Okay. I'm glad I did.
So, have you ever come across somebody you couldn't make laugh?
I've come across people that I couldn't make laugh in the beginning.
Okay.
It may take me a moment, 2 or 3 jokes, but I'll get them in the end. You know, if I have to jump out in the audience and tickle your ass, you'll laugh at something I say.
Okay, so is there anything you wouldn't joke about? Is there any subject that you would think is taboo? You know, not gonna go there. No,
I don't. I mean, my comedy is all reality based, and so anything in life is, you know, I'm not lying on anybody, I'm not pretending anything, so if it happened, I'll talk about it, and if it's funny to me, it'll be funny to somebody else.
Perhaps the perception over here is that maybe Americans in general have, you know, lost their sense of humour in terms of, you know, recent things that have happened, you know, the whole Janet Jackson thing. There was a big outrage over in America, but here we were more like, and okay, that's not really a big deal. We'd find it funny, but perhaps not. As well, in airports as well, you know, we've had a few instances people have said, oh yeah, the bomb's in my bag along with it, so on and so forth, and it's been taken really seriously. So do you think recent events have really, you know, you've lost your sense of humour?
No, I think that the States right now has a pervasive attitude of political correctness.
Okay.
But that's only in certain groups of people. If you're at work, if you're with your colleagues or in a professional setting, people usually tend to not be amused by what everyone else thinks might be a tragedy. But it's funny, you know. Give a tragedy some time, and then people will laugh at it. And as far as Janet Jackson, I was watching actually the fireworks in the background, and I missed the titty, and I just want to say I was really upset about missing the titty, but I'm just hoping Janet will pop it out again and help a brother out. You see what I'm saying? So, and then I think that was pretty funny. I thought that was funny, Janet's breast. See, political correctness. It's the American in me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, then. So, who do you think has influenced you throughout your career? Which comedians?
I think that my initial influence at being funny was my family. Funny mother, funny grandfather. My entire family is extremely funny. I'm just the only one that had the nerve to get on stage with. And as far as people in the business, I'd say Richard Pryor. I can remember being a kid and listening through my bedroom door to my parents laughing at the Richard Pryor album, and I thought to myself, you know, he can get on an album and say, fuck it, and make money and people will buy it, and I was like, when I grow up, I want to say fuck it, and be like Richard Pryor.
Okay, so obviously you travel a lot of places and meet a lot of people. Do you find that people are always trying to make you laugh because you're a comedian? Want to try and make you laugh?
I mean, I don't know. That's probably just an entertainment thing. You know, people that run into singers want to sing for a woman. People that run into prostitutes want to have sex with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just a professional thing. People always, I mean, there are some people that'll say funny things and I'll laugh. But what gets me is when people come and go, "Hey, how you doing?" Well, the other day you came walking through a bar, and I'm going, don't go into material with me. Just, because being a comedian, I've heard it all. I've heard it all. I've seen some of the most talented people in the business, and when you got that level of comedy all the time, it's hard to come up. Two nuns had a pig. I'm trying. Just walking through my shit. See what I'm saying now? That right there lets you know that this is a live interview. Because in the middle of the interview, Playboy just decided that he was tired of going around, and he was just gonna come through my interview. You see what I'm saying? You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Okay, well, it was a great show, and thanks for doing the interview and everything. And when can we look forward to seeing you over here again?
Well, I was kind of hoping you'd see me a little later this evening, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Oh, come on. Can we get a pan with the camera, fellas? You know what I'm saying? Usually I do a lot of interviews, and they usually have these big beard gut, you know what I'm saying, scruffy face with the bald head, but I really appreciate the way the UK is represented with the lovely interviewer, and hopefully later I'll give her the inside scoop. You know what I'm saying. Thank you very much for having me.